All right, so I have another eBay mystery silver pack. This is a box that I paid $500 for plus $10 in shipping, but there is a problem. You see, when I ordered this box, silver was around $75 per ounce. And today, as you can see on the screen right here, silver is down to $68.54. Now, I am recording this video about a week before it gets uploaded, so hopefully by time you see it from now, silver will have went back up, but who knows, it could be lower as well. But to be fair to the seller, as we go through the box, we are going to value everything based on the $75 an ounce, which is roughly what silver was when I placed the order. But at the end of the video, I will also value it at $68.54 so that we can see what the difference was. And keep in mind, this is supposed to be an all silver mystery box, but I want you to know that I would never recommend anyone buy a silver mystery box from eBay because, let's be real, you don't know who you're getting it from, you don't know how honest they are, and what you could end up with is a $500 mystery box with only $250 of silver in it. But fortunately for me, as a YouTuber, I do get to do this as a video, and so it does help because I do get ad revenue, which helps support buying the box. So live vicariously through me. Enjoy what we get in the silver mystery box, and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out on more silver and gold content. But let's get into this box and see what we have. Okay, so here's the box, and let's get to cutting this thing wide open. And now that we have it open, I took a second to pull out the invoice that was sitting right on top of what you see right there, and that is a really good sign. So take a look. Right out of the gate, we'll pull it out since we did see it. We do have a 1 ounce silver round. And the reason that that is such good news is because we are hoping to get $500 out of this box. And right there, we do have 1 troy ounce of silver. Now it's just a little 1 ounce silver APMEX round. It's got a little bit of toning on it. But hey, at the time, you know, at spot price, this was 75 bucks. So of course, we will happily take it, and we will see what else is in this box. All right, so I took a second to unravel it from the packaging because it was all kind of wrapped up, so I can kind of see what's going on here, and I'm a little intrigued by what is over on the right side of me. But let's start with what obviously is the lowest value based on what I can see here, and we have a colorized, you know, Jefferson nickel keelboat. So colorized, this is Littleton Coin Company packaging. We've seen plenty of Littleton stuff come in mystery packs on eBay. It's actually pretty common that you see stuff like this because people buy it, they overpay for it, or maybe they got that as a promo. I have no idea. We're not even going to value that yet because we're going to pair it with the other thing that is in a Littleton Coin Company packaging. This time we have a Great Sand Dunes quarter. Sweet. So guys, this keelboat, I'm going to assume is worth around 75 cents, all right? Because it is colorized, it's kind of cool. Maybe someone would pay 75 cents for it. The quarter, it's just a quarter. So we have $1. So we had 75 bucks right here, valued that at spot price. We have $1 on these, so we are now at 76 bucks. Now, the next thing that I see over here is a 1963, and I don't know if there's a mint mark, but we have a 1963 Benji. No mint mark, look at that. But actually really nice looking Benji. So definitely has some original luster. I would definitely call this uncirculated. The issue with 63 Benjis is that they are common. There were a bunch of them made. And for that reason, it is not incredibly valuable, even in this condition, outside of melt value. And we can find the melt value very quick by using my quick calc tool over at StackHeavy.com. Guys, this is my very own website. It's not an ad because I built it, and it's 100% free. Go to StackHeavy.com to check it out or download it on Android or iOS. Highly recommend the apps. But let's go ahead and plug this in. $1 face value with spot price at 75, I changed it to 75, is $53.63, which means a $0.50 melts for $26.81, which means, of course, that this has a melt value of around $27 when spot was 75. But to be fair to the seller, because this is uncirculated, it has full luster, we are going to go ahead and call it 30 bucks. So we had 75 plus 1 for 76 plus 30. So we're now sitting at $106. We still have a very long way to go to get to where we're going, but we do have something else in my hand right here. I noticed this. I had to push the coins back into the envelope because they were falling out. But right here, we do have some Kennedy $50. Now, I noticed on top that we did have a 40% Kennedy at 1968. I don't know the other dates, but they do look like they're 40%ers based on the color. And yes, we have a 1967. We have a 1969. And we have a 1966. But I also checked the melt value on these at StackHeavy, and it looks like today they melt for around $11 each. So at full melt value, that would mean these would be 44 bucks. But here's the thing about 40% Kennedys. I mean, you already know that demand on 90% silver is low. So imagine the demand on 40% silver. So these I'm going to value at $10 each, not 11, because I'm pretty sure you can buy 40% silvers at most coin shops, not all of them, but I would bet most of them will sell them to you for a little bit back of melt. So I think $10 per coin is fair on those. We still have $10, $20, $30, and $40. So our value in this box is definitely racking up so far. Let's keep on going. Now, next up, I do have a 1922 piece silver dollar that does not look to be in the best condition by any means. Let's take a look at this, see if we have a mint mark. And yeah, that looks like a mint mark to me. And I just checked it under a loop. It is an S. Now, this thing, unfortunately, even though it is a 22S, it does appear to be cleaned. You can see you have these little dark splotches down here between the rays, under the feathers, up here above the eye in America. Like, this right here is cleaned and not cleaned very well. You got a lot of scratching and stuff on it that looks like also it shows a lot of signs of cleaning. So, unfortunately, this today is just going to be another one of those, you know, it's worth melt value, and I would say it's not going to be worth any more than that given the condition. But I just plugged in the melt value, and it looks like the melt value of this today is $57.38. Guys, we're going to round that up to $58. I mean, that's kind of a premium, but not really. I'm just kind of rounding up that number. Melt value is $57.38. We're going to call it 58. And by the way, we do have another silver dollar over in this pile. Let's take a look at it. We have, it looks to be, all right, well, we're getting some common stuff here. I mean, it's not, you're not going to get any like key dates and things like this, right? Like I said at the beginning, you never know what you're going to get, but you can never expect to get anything really good. And yeah, that appears to be what we have. So this looks to be, what mint mark is that right there? Under a loop, it looks like to be a D. So we have a 1921D Morgan silver dollar, certainly yellowing, maybe some glue residue. Yeah, there's glue residue on this. So again, we're just gonna, we're gonna do this thing a favor. We're gonna round it up, and it's gonna be a whole $58. But again, I mean, we're racking up the value. We have 75. We have two here that are worth 58. 4 coins right here that we said $10 each on. That one we gave 30. I mean, we're definitely pulling some value in. And we still have 2 more items in the box, including a big one right here that you're gonna wanna see. So I hope you stick around to see it. But first, we do have a special video sponsor for today's video. So we're gonna run that clip really quick, and then we'll show you the last 2 items. Today's video is sponsored by Canadian Goldfields Discovery, ticker symbol CGMXF. One of the bigger stories in the gold market recently has been the renewed attention on physical gold reserves. President Trump recently called for an audit of Fort Knox, which reportedly holds more than 147 million ounces of gold. At the same time, recent reports indicate that gold has surpassed U.S. Treasuries as the largest reserve asset held by central banks worldwide. Canadian Goldfields Discovery is focused on gold exploration in northwestern Ontario. The company reports approximately 30% institutional ownership, while management, insiders, and close associates own another 30% for roughly 60% combined ownership. The company's leadership and advisory team includes individuals with experience at K92 Mining, BHP, and Ivanhoe Mines. According to Canadian Goldfields, one director currently serves as the vice president at K92 Mining, while one of the company's advisors is also a current K92 director. In 2026, the company acquired the Miminisca and Newton Gold projects in northwestern Ontario and plans to begin drilling at Miminisca later this year. According to the company, 2 high-grade zones have already been identified at Miminisca, the Miminisca Zone and the Franz Zone. Between those zones lies approximately 12 kilometers of largely undrilled corridor that the company says has not been systematically drilled using modern exploration methods. The upcoming drill program is intended to evaluate that corridor and expand upon known mineralized areas. The projects are located in a region with a long history of gold production that includes districts such as Timmins, Kirkland Lake, Red Lake, and Musselwhite. Canadian Goldfields trades under the ticker symbol CGMXF and, according to the company, is available through brokerages like Fidelity, Schwab, Interactive Brokers, and E-Trade. For more information, visit CanadianGoldfields.com and review the company's filings and public disclosures. But remember that I am not a financial advisor, and this is not financial advice. This video is for informational and educational purposes only. Always do your own research and consult
consult a qualified financial professional before making any investment decisions.
Okay, so I only have 2 more things over here. We're going to start with this because the other one is really cool, and I hope you stick around to see it. It's probably the best thing in the box. I'll have to double check that when I open it. But we do have this little packaging right here, and this one is not opened up. Okay. Looks like we have some more half dollars. This time we definitely have 3 90%ers because we have some Walkers. And we have a Kennedy there as well. And the Kennedy is a 1964. So good luster on that, but even unlike the Benji, I wouldn't even give any extra value at all to the Kennedy, you know, outside of melt value, because, you know, Kennedys are even more common than Benjis, especially the 64s, because, you know, Kennedy died 11/22/63, right? 64 Kennedys come out last year of 90% silver. People hoarded them. The majority of them out there, I don't know if it's truly the majority, but a lot of them out there look like this. These are really common. But we also have some Walkers. So let's see, we have a 1944 D, all right. We have a 1918. Take a look at that. And a 1944 44D. Let's go ahead and check what the value of those are. So back to the StackHeavy quick calcs, and we'll just plug a 2, and you can see our melt value, which is all I'm going to value these at today, is $107. That is for all 4 half dollars. So let's go ahead and show you the last thing. This, I hope it's in there. We have, look at this, guys, a big blue box. It says 1 ounce proof silver bullion coin. Flip it open. We have inside the clamshell. This is a proof silver eagle, hopefully. It does look like we have a COA, and it is supposed to be a 2003. So common date, but let's see if it's actually in there and that it's real, because there are fakes. What the fakes usually do is they put fake coins inside of real containers, like, you know, the real boxes and whatnot. So let's take a look up close. And it is a 2003, and it looks legit to me. You know, obviously I haven't tested it, but it looks right. It feels right. I've seen a lot of fakes. I've seen a lot of fake proofs. This one definitely looks legit. Now, obviously $75 silver. This is going to be worth at least $75. My guesstimate today on a common date proof eagle is somewhere around 85 to 90 bucks, but we're going to go ahead and call this $90 because I believe that that's the least I'd probably be able to get this for if I were to go out and buy it at retail. So yeah, I mean, we'll take it. A $90 is what I'm calling it, proof silver eagle. So guys, you see the values on the screen. That is everything that we got. But I did want to calculate the melt value since, you know, a lot of people would look at this as just silver. And so again, I ordered this at 75. And so we're plugging $75 into the silver spot. And I plugged everything in that we got today. So we had $2.50 of 90%. We had 1 Morgan silver dollar. We had 1 at Peace silver dollar. And then if we go over to silver bullion, you can see we had 1 American silver eagle, even though it's a proof. We had 1 generic silver round. And also on the junk silver, we can scroll down and you can see that we did have, so I forgot about the 40%er, so that's actual number quantity. So we had 4 40% Kennedy half dollars. Now the melt value on all of that silver is $443. So clearly that's not anywhere close to the $510 that I have invested in it. But we had, you know, a premium proof silver eagle, you know, there. So that's something. And then we had, you know, 20 cents in face value as well. But $443. But here's the thing. What if we plugged in today's spot price? What was it? $68.54. So if we plug in today's spot price, you can see that now the value is $405 instead of the $450 or so that we had. So clearly the drop in spot price has made a pretty big impact on the value of what we got. But again, with some premium stuff, I think it really wasn't that bad. I've had worse mystery packs on eBay. Now, the final thing I want to say here is I know many of you are wondering who the eBay seller is. I used to actually post pictures of the listing, but black out the seller. Not even going to post a picture this time because like 4 or 5 people found the seller of the last box and then posted his information in the notes. And again, these videos are not to call out the sellers. They're to show you what you generally can expect no matter who the seller is. So that one was better than some of the ones I've gotten in the past, but you make your decision and leave a comment down below and let me know what you think. Other than that, guys, I just want to say thank you so much for supporting my channel and watching today's video. Do me a favor, don't forget to hit the thumbs up, leave a comment down below, and make sure you are subscribed. You guys, thank you so much. Stack long, stack heavy, and we'll see you in the very next video.